Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the TekPlay series. On this series, I would like to cover some of the games I like to play, Subnautica being one of them. This is actually going to be the main one that I'm going to be covering. I don't know what other games I'm going to be covering yet, as I don't know what other games my computer can handle as well as what other games I'd like to cover yet. So I'm going to start with Subnautica, and we'll just take it from there. But if you haven't heard of Subnautica, I would highly suggest that you look into it. If you're into survival games at all, this is probably one of my favorite ones of all time so far. There's so much going on, honestly, as well as there's a lot of horror games out there where, it's like jump horror. You walk around a corner and something jumps out at you, and you're just like, oh shit. But this one's just more of like a psychological horror game where, do you get in the water or do you not get in the water? I mean, it looks pretty dangerous to me. So, anyway, so if you like survival games and you like a challenge and you like exploring a world that is just full of stuff that you just want to explore and learn about, then I would highly suggest this game. I mean, you've got a scanner, you can scan stuff, you can find out about stuff, you can collect things, you can craft them into better things, and craft those better things into even better things, and eventually you'll get to where I'm at, like you can see in the distance. So that is something you don't normally have. But anyway, so on this episode, I would actually like to cover the direction that I have found, or the best route that I have found to get to the alien research facility. If you aren't familiar with that, clearly you haven't played this game enough, and I recommend that you get on that. But if what you're here for is the direction to the alien research facility and or inactive lava zone, and you'd like a path to it that is relatively safe, then I say this video is for you. So let's go ahead and get started. If you've ever been to the surface, it's a little hard to see on my CMOS, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on my escape pod. But I don't know. It took me a little while to actually notice this. And it seems to be more subtle now. I feel like it was less subtle before, but now, if you look off into the distance, I mean, you'll notice clouds and all, but you'll also notice that there's just an area that's always cloudy. Like, it doesn't matter what time of day, you just always look over there and there's clouds. Same with right over there. There's two areas that just look ominous. I don't know. There's obviously something going on there, and that's kind of what I thought. And so I eventually went and checked them out, and that's kind of what led me to this. But as well as some YouTube videos, but I was initially drawn by the curiosity of what is going on there. There's always clouds there, But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my Seamoth, and so to make this journey, you're gonna need a Seamoth that has at least the full depth module, because we are going pretty deep, and to go any further than this you're going to need a prawn suit, but that's going to be for a later episode. For now we're just going to focus on getting there. So as you'll notice, I've already got the waypoints, but I'm going to go ahead and just turn those off so that you guys can see how to get there, and I won't be cheating in any way, I guess, if you will. So, also, if you didn't know, I might be wrong on this, but as far as I'm concerned, your life pod actually will appear anywhere in the safe shallows. It won't always be right here. So, me giving you directions from this life pod may not be exact, but for where we're going and the distance we're traveling with the angle we're going, we should be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Once you get to your life pod, go ahead and locate the cloud area that is not in front of the aurora. If you look over it, my goodness, computer. So as you'll notice, there's one that's more in front of the aurora, and there's one that's not in front of the aurora, and that's the one we're headed to. So we're actually headed not to the center of the cloud, but we're actually headed towards more the right side of the cloud. You just kind of want to point to the right edge of it. If you have a compass, it's essentially one click west of southwest, and you're just going to want to head there for about 1,000 meters or so. I mean, if you go about 1,000 meters, you should be fine, because you should be able to find what I'm looking for. It's pretty. The area that we go to is safe enough. There's no, as far as I can remember, there's no dangerous enemies in that first area, so you should be okay, just as long as you go out and then occasionally just double check on the surface. The closer you get, the less prominent that cloud's going to be, but at the same time, once you go close enough, you'll be able to start seeing the island, as we're seeing now. But unfortunately, it's loading the innards of the island first, so that's going to look a little different. But basically, once you see the island, once you can actually see stuff on the island, and you're to the right side a little bit, you just want to drop straight down. If you go too close to the island and you drop straight down, you may end up dropping into the Grand Reef, which, actually I'm not going to show you. I don't want to waste your time. But you'll notice some floating orbs that are glowing. And if you see those, you're a little too far. But if not, you should see something that looks similar to this. There's a lot of wreckage around. There's these spires over here. And there is what's called the sparse reef. It's just kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it looks a lot like the safe shallows, but a little bit deeper. So this is what you're looking for, and you're especially looking for any of these holes that go into it. Most of these holes connect, so if you find one, you should be able to essentially end up finding this. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for the alien vent. There's actually a signal nearby for one of the, I believe it's the high priority passenger life pod. So it's actually really close to this. So if you go over there, you will eventually find this probably. That's in the area of where we're at right now. So, but otherwise, if you're just following this if you're following these directions, my goodness, sorry, then you should end up here at the alien vent. Once you enter the alien vent, you should have basically two options. You can go this way, which kind of goes up, or you can go the way that kind of goes down. You're going down. And from this point on, you're basically just going down. Anywhere that you can go down, you just basically will go down. If you go any farther this way, it's a little bit more dangerous, but since we're just going down, we're just going to go straight down. And you'll notice I have bases along the way, but that's just because I'm a really cautious survival player. I like to make sure that I have a base and a save point and like everything I could possibly need before I go out on an adventure. I don't really like finding myself in places that I don't have the tools for and or am not prepared for. So, but anyway, yeah, just keep going down. As you may have noticed, I totally forgot to mention it, but you'll have gone through kind of a cave system sort of thing. It's not really a system, but just kind of a small hollowed out area. There's a lot of ores in there, but then you'll eventually come to this point where it drops down some more. There's some wreckage over there as well. You can go explore that if you want. There's also these She went into the wall. That's pretty cool. I wish I could go into walls. But there's probably going to be some warpers over here, as well as an electric eel, amp eel, whatever. But as long as you hug, as long as you hug the sides and or the mountain, you should be okay. They shouldn't bother you, especially if you're fast enough. But yeah, you should be led now to here. You should see these little pillars which point directly down to this skull, which then can lead you in the direction of some doorways, as well as the direction to the alien research facility, which I found the best way is to go into this little tube. It's pretty obvious if you just kind of hug the walls, you'll probably see it. But once you come through the tube, then you'll notice that it forks to either the left or the right. You can go to the right to go to the Degassi stuff, or you can go to the left to go where we're headed. So you're going to keep going this way, and as you'll notice, we're about 600, 700 meters down. So like I said, you're definitely going to need the full upgrade module, the depth module for this one. Actually, hang on. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, sorry. So once you get to this opening, I mean, this is pretty obvious. You'll probably see this. But once you see this, you should definitely be wary, because there's almost always a ghost leviathan in this area. He spawns somewhere in this area. I think he spawns like right above the skull. I don't know. But he will be here unless you've killed him like I have. So as far as I know, they don't respawn, so he never has. I mean, I've been down here plenty of times, reloaded, saved, closed. Yeah, I don't know. And he's never been back. So it seems we're okay. So if you kill him, you're good. You pretty much have safe journey down here. But if you don't, you can pretty much just hug the walls along there. And you'll pretty much come to the same conclusion. But after that, just keep going. And I mean, just keep hugging the wall on the right side a little bit. Don't have to be like caressing it, but just kind of stick close to it. But it'll eventually lead you to these bones, which then will in turn lead you to another drop off, which also leads you to some more bones. Did we pass them already? No. I think it's just, yeah, okay. So there's another drop off that's just a little bit bigger than that one. And once you see that, you'll see like a thermal vent. You'll see this skull. And this is a pretty good landmark. You definitely need to make note of where this is, because this is a good way to get around in this area. So from here, if you look to the east, you'll notice these little pillars. Those are some of the alien technology, the precursor technology. So if you go down that cave, that's actually the research facility. Be careful around there. You're definitely going to run into some warpers and some of these spine fish. I don't know what those are called. Spiny eels, whatever the hell they're called. But yeah, so you're gonna have some resistance, but it's not too dangerous from what I remember. But yeah, so that's what that way is. But then you'll also notice this way goes up and this way goes down. And if you're close enough, you'll see the tree. If you're close enough to see the tree, then you'll just know which way to go. But you're headed towards the tree or to the left, and that will lead you to the inactive lava zone. And that is where you continue the story once you get a little bit farther down. And I don't want to spoil too much in this episode, so I'm going to actually go ahead and cut it at this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please leave a comment. Please like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell icon if you'd like to be notified of any new videos that I post. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you next time.